How many of you have got the answer? No one has tried in their home. That means. So the problem will be like this. Opening stock of raw material, we have to go ulta. Back calculation we have to do. So cost of production or total cost is 6,88,600 and general overhead factory overhead. So general overhead is 10% of works cost. So cost of production, and that means cost of production is 110%. So cost of production minus general overhead will be your works cost. So works cost if it's 100 and general overhead is 10, that means it's 110. So therefore that means cost of production is 110. So 10 divided by 110 into 6,88,600, we will get the general overhead. Did you get the calculation?
62,600.
Yes, 62,600. So we will be getting works cost as 6,26,000. We deduct factory overhead, that is 60% of the direct wages. Direct wages is 2,10,000. So we get discount amount 1,26,000. Prime cost is 5 lakh. 5 lakh less direct wages is raw material consumed. We add the closing stock, we deduct the opening stock, and what we get is purchase of raw material, which is 3 lakh. Okay. Okay, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Is
Yes,
there
ma'am.
any confusions from the class?
No, ma'am.
Okay, next is problem on consideration of cost behavior. So this is a different type of problem.
I'm going to show that sum one more time. I'm taking a snapshot.
Yes. Do practice at home. Unless and until you practice this, the concept will not be clear.
I'm done.
Okay. So this one, Mohit Limited finished the following information in relation to the production of 2000 units of product N for the year 2021. Direct materials is there, direct labor is there, indirect wages is there, 50% fixed and 50% variable, consumable store 70% variable and 30% fixed, office rent 100% fixed, and selling expenses 40 and 60 ratio, 40% variable and 60% fixed. Now, in the year 2022, it is estimated that the production will increase by 50%. That means right now, if the production is at 100%, then the production in the next year will be 150%. The price of material and labor will go up to by 10% and 20% respectively. So direct material will be
Ma'am, it will be
110.
110 and 120%.
Yes, in the 2022 year. So you are required to compute selling price per unit of product N for the year 2022 if the company wishes to maintain profit at the rate of 10% on cost. That means 10% of cost means 10 by 100, and therefore 110 on sales, right? So
Ma'am, will you repeat the calculation again?
yes, we will do the problem. The calculations will be more clear. So now if you check the problem, you see the direct material and direct labor is clearly given. That means direct material 2 lakh plus direct labor 1 lakh 50, you will be getting the prime cost. So from prime cost, 50% is fixed and 50% is variable. That is indirect wages. So you will add 50% fixed and 50% variable over here after you have calculated the prime cost, which is a part of factory cost. So after you have added the factory, the indirect expenses for getting the factory cost, you will be having consumable stores. Consumable stores is a factory related expenses. So it will go to the factory overhead only. So consumable store 70% variable and 30% fixed. You will mention it separately and you will simply add this figure. Now, yes,
Ma'am,
yes,
and by making the percentage of 33 lakh 50,000, it's coming as 1 lakh 75,000. Ma'am, one will be variable and one will be fixed.
3 lakh 50. No, no, 3 lakh 50 will be your prime cost.
Yes,
2
ma'am.
lakh plus 1 lakh 50. Prime cost, we don't need to know whether fixed or variable. It is not mentioned. Prime cost is prime cost. Okay.
Ma'am, then
We
where we
need
have to do the calculation on 50%?
indirect wages, as you can see, it is mentioned 50% fixed.
Okay, ma'am.
So 50% indirect wages fixed, that means 50% indirect wages variable. Right. And then consumable stores is also a part of factory overhead. So 70% variable and 30% fixed. If you add these, what you get is works cost. Then you add office rent, 100% fixed, which is 60,000. So what you get is cost of production.
Ma'am, indirect wages will be 20,000 fixed and 24,000 variable.
Yes, yes,
24,000 variable and 20,000 fixed.
fixed, absolutely. So now, so yes, now let's come to indirect and consumable. We are adding for getting factory. Then we are getting office rent, which is 100% fixed. So we will directly mention in office and administrative overhead, office rent 60,000. And what we get is cost of production after adding office overhead. From cost of production, we add selling expenses to get cost of sales. So that will be the cost of production, whatever you will be getting, along with it 40% variable and 60% fixed. That we need to mention, and we will add it up and will get cost of sales or total cost. Now it has been mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ma'am, in consumable stores, it will be 9,000 fixed and 31,500 variable.
9,000 fixed. If you deduct 9,000 from 30,000, you will get how much?
21,000 divided by 2,000, whatever the amount we get into 3,000.
Yes, I'm telling you a shortcut method. That also you can do. What you are telling? Yes, that is yes, that you can do.
Ma'am,
Another yes, I'm give so that is one method, and another method is you use cost per unit, right? You shift the cost per unit because variable will change, but fixed will not change. That's where cost per unit will work, because then fixed and variable issue will come up if you use only 2,000 and 3,000 units way of calculation, right? Rishi, you are saying something?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my indirect wages came as 20,000 fixed and 20,000 variable, and consumable stores came as 21,000 fixed and 9,000 variable.
Yes. Now you see this one, that in the year 2022, it is estimated that the production will increase by 50%. So if the production increases by 50%, then therefore the units will be 3,000, right? Rather than 2,000, it will become 150%, which is 3,000. Now the price of material and labor is increasing to 10% and 20% respectively. So how will you calculate next year? That is for cost sheet of product N for the year 2022. Direct material was 2 lakh, right? So 2 lakh whose unit is 3,000. Direct materials cost per unit we will find out. So if direct materials cost per unit 2 lakh divided by 2,000, if we do, if you do 2 lakh divided by 2,000, you will be getting
1,000 rupees.
Ma'am, from where we are getting this
1,000
2,000?
rupees.
1,000.
2,000 is the production units. 2,000 is the production units. Check in the problem, it's mentioned.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
100 rupees. Sorry, ma'am. 100.
100 rupees. So
Yeah.
if we divide 2 lakh divided by 2,000, we are getting 100. Now it is being said that material is increasing by 10%. So therefore, it will
100.
become 110%. Percent means what? 110 divided by 100. So basically, it's sorry. Yes, so basically it's 110 only. So
Yes.
110 multiplied by
3000.
3000 is your direct material. Similarly, in direct labor, which is 1 lakh 50, so 1 lakh 50 divided by 2000 is 75. So 75 if is 100%, then this is 20%. So 75 into 120%.
2,70,000 answer.
Huh? How much?
2,70,000 will be the answer.
2 lakh 70, yes. So 75, I don't know, I pressed percentage. So 75 into,
20%.
or rather 75 into this one. Sorry, 75. Just you divide 120 by 100. So that will be how much? 1.2, which is
Yeah.
90. So
Yes.
90 into
3,000.
3000. This is a method. And here the Bhavya's way, what he was telling, that will be much more easier. That is, if, but then again, 110% will come up, na? 2000 by 3000 if we do.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes,
that will be easy because that will be step by step. There will be no mistake of calculation.
I'm telling you. So yes, but then there is an increase of 110%, that is 1.1. Rather than doing this, that is easier. So
Yes, ma'am.
another thing, factory overhead, indirect wages, which is being said is fixed 50% and variable is 50%, so 20,000. Now, if you do that, what Bhavya is doing, which is 15,000 into 3 divided by 2, you are getting 22,500. But there is an issue. What is the issue? That is 22,500 will not be the answer. Why? Because it is assumed that 20,000 will be fixed, right? And the, how much did I did? Uh,
Ma'am, I did in a
40,000.
other matter. Like indirect wages is 50%, so I deducted the 50,000 rupees for the fixed wages. So out of 5,000, it came to 20,000 is the variable. 20,000 divide by 2,000. So I get the variable amount for the each unit. After that, I did into 3,000 because the production got increased. So I did in that method.
That is a bit complicated. I'm giving you this one, total cost per unit. If you follow, then the fixed and variable thing will be taken care of. So if that is easy for you, you can use it, but I suggest you use cost per unit method. That will give clarity over fixed and variable cost. That way you will avoid doing mistake. So the first workings we will do, this is workings only. Cost sheet for product in 2021. This is the workings. So there you mention direct material. I mention over here workings, direct material, which is 2 lakh, which is 100, direct labor lakh 50, 75. So you get 3 lakh 50 and 175 for prime cost. You add direct wages, fixed the rate of 50%, variable at the rate of 50%.
Ma'am, Ria got disconnected. She is waiting in the lobby. Could you please let her in?
Ma'am, 10 rupees variable, 10 rupees fixed over here.
Yes, yes. So that's how you have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Showed you. And then add consumable stores fixed at the rate of 30%, variable at the rate of 70%, which is 9,000 and 21,000. So 9,000 by 2,000, this 9 by 2,
4.5,
0.5.
and that will be 10.5.
0.5. So
Yes,
if we add these, so we get 40 plus
30,000.
30, 70, and this is 20, 30, 34, 35, and 175. So 210.
So, ma'am, there's it will be 4,20,000, not 70,000 then.
Yes, it will be 4 lakh 10,000. Prime
No,
cost will be,
20,000.
yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, 4
Euro
lakh 20,000.
20,000, Euro 10,000, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. So 3 lakh 50 plus 70, that is 4 lakh 20.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, will you explain this calculation of this 21, which came to 210? That's when I'm getting confused.
Yes. So what we did, consumable stores is 30,000. So 30,000 into zero point 0.7, 70% is 21,000. Okay. So 21,000 divided by 2,000, which is the number of unit, which is 10.5. This is clear till this point? Till,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Now you add all this. So if you add all this, so 40,000 is your indirect expenses. Then you have 30,000 as your consumable stores. 70,000 is the total factory cost required. So that is what is works cost. I mean, not the total factory cost. Factory overhead is 70,000. Factory overhead plus a prime cost. What do you get? 70,000 plus sorry, 3 lakh 50,000. 4 lakh 20 you got works cost. So cost per unit you can do 4 lakh 20 divided by 2,000. You can get the works cost, or you can add all this up, then also you will get this. So this way you can cross check also whether you're doing right or wrong. So 10 plus 10 20, then 24.5, 20.5 25, and 35 35 plus 175, that is 180 and 210. That is works cost. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yes. So now after works cost, what do we add? We add office and administrative expenses. We add office and administrative expenses. So we will check whether we have any office and administrative expenses. Yes, we have office rent 100% fixed. So we will mention over here this rent at the rate of 100% fixed, which is 60,000.
30 rupees per unit.
30 rupees per unit. So what is the total cost of production? 60,000 plus 4 lakh 20.
4,80,000 plus and for 240 rupees.
Absolutely. So this is your cost of production. Now with cost of production, we have to add selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution overheads. So is there any selling and distribution overhead? Yes, we have a selling
Yes.
expense of, yes. So let's add that selling expense.
60% fixed and 40% variable.
So 80,000, 60% fixed means how much? 80 to 6, 48. 48,000.
48,000 rupees.
Yes. And variable is how much?
Ma'am, variable will be 12,000 then.
No, 4 into 8, 32.
Sorry, yes, 32. Uh, Fixed will be 24,000
24
and 16 rupees.
and 16 rupees. So therefore, our cost of sales or total cost
5,60,000
5 lakh 60,
and 280.
280. So this was our workings. Okay. So this way we got the clarity of what the cost will be next year. So the next year what happened? Direct materials. Now in the next year, the production in 2022, the production became 3,000 units. Production became 3,000 units.
Yes, ma'am.
So
And
therefore,
10% increase.
10% increased. So therefore, 3,000 multiplied by, what was the total cost per
100
unit?
into 10%.
100 into 110%. 100 into 110, because 100 plus 10.
Yes, ma'am.
So
100.
rupees 100 into 110%.
Yes, ma'am.
So we get 3 lakh
3,30,000.
110. And similarly, direct labor is 3,000 multiplied by 75, as you can see over here, 75 into
Into 120%.
120%.
Yeah. 90 rupees per head, and it will be coming 2,70,000.
90 and 2 lakh 70,000. So therefore the total will be 6 lakh and 200. So this is the prime cost. So you add factory overhead, indirect wages. Now here at the rate of for the fixed portion,
At the rate, it will be 20,000 rupees.
20,000, because it's fixed in nature.
Yes, ma'am.
That is 10. But however, the variable will change.
The variable
No,
will
no,
be
no.
30,000.
One thing, make it clear that in case of fixed expenses, amount remain fixed, but cost per unit changes. In case of variable, the cost per unit remains fixed, but the amount changes. I repeat it again. With respect to amount, in case of fixed, the amount remains fixed. In case of variable, the amount varies, but
Yes.
cost per unit remains fixed.
It will be 6.67.
Yes, so this will be 6.67. And here variable, the rate of 50%. So this will be the total cost per unit will be same, which is 10. So 10 into 3000, which is
30,000.
this is our indirect
Okay.
wages. Next is consumable stores.
Ma'am, will you explain the calculation again of indirect
Now,
wages?
there is one confusion. In indirect wages, the percentage also will be vary, right? Because the amount also got varied per unit
No,
cost.
no. It will not vary. The indirect wages was 40,000, but what happened? We have to maintain the fixed and variable expenses, which has been mentioned, which is 50%. So in the next year, what will happen? We will maintain the fixed expenses as fixed, which is 20,000, but the variable expenses will be, we know, is 50% of indirect wages. So now the total cost will be same, total cost per unit, which is 10. So 10 multiplied by 3,000. Okay. This 3,000 units multiplied by rupees 10 will be 30,000. Though the total figure will increase, but this thing will be same. That is fixed will be 50% and variable will be 50%.
Ma'am, like I'm getting a bit confused. Ma'am, why we are doing in this way, like 3,000 into 10?
Because here the cost per unit is fixed, but here the amount is fixed. Here cost per unit will be 20,000 divided by 3,000 units. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you got 6.67.
Ma'am,
So
and the
that's why
variable one, I'm getting confused.
variable one, what happens? The amount with respect to fixed and variable, what do we say the fixed and variable expense? The total amount. The total amount of indirect wages, 50% is fixed, which is 20,000 only, and 50% is variable, which is 30,000. Now, how did we got this 30,000 amount? In variable expenses,
From the
total
previous
cost,
year's variable.
absolutely. The previous cost, previous year, here we can see that the total cost per unit was 10 of indirect wages, as you can see over here. Here the amounts was 2020. Fixed was 20,000, but variable, that means this 20,000 will vary. But the cost per unit remains the same, which is 10. So this was 10 multiplied by 2,000. This was 2,000 units multiplied by 10. You got this figure. But the next year, the production unit increased to 3,000 units. So there will be 3,000 into 10. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, fixed will be 3,000 and variable will be 31,500.
Okay, let's do and see. So fixed is at the rate of
30%. So it was
30%.
9,000.
Yes, which is 9,000.
So it came of rupees 3.
This is 3.
And the variable was rupees 10.5 rupees at the rate 70.
Yes, so variable was the cost per unit was 10.5, right?
10.5 into 3,000, so 31,500.
10.5 So this is 31,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So that was consumable stores. Now you add all this along with the prime cost. So what do you get? You get works cost. So works cost,
Ma'am, it's coming as 690500.
at 9,500. And therefore the total cost per unit is
Ma'am, 230.16.
217. 6.67. So 17.
230.17 rupees, ma'am.
Ah. So now let us move to office rent. Office rent was 100% fixed.
Yes,
So no problem with this. So
just we
same
per unit cost will get
get
divided.
changed. Yes. So office rent fixed. So that was 60,000. This will change to the cost per unit will change to 60,000 by 3,000, which is
Ma'am, 20.
220 rupees.
20. So we add this, we get cost of production
Cost of production will be a 7,50,500,
like 50,500,
and it will be 250 rupees point 17.
50.17. Now what we do, we add the selling expenses, right? So
Yes,
selling
ma'am.
expenses was
60% fixed, 40% variable.
fixed at the rate of 60%, which was how much? 48,000. So 48,000 divided by 3,000
16 rupees per unit.
in rupees per unit, and variable the rate of 40%.
It will be also coming 48,000 rupees, ma'am. At the rate
48,000.
of 16.
Yes, because it was also 16 only.
Yes, ma'am.
So therefore, the cost of sales, total cost will be how much?
Ma'am, the
Ma'am, it's
calculation will
eight
be
four
3000
eight four
into
six
16.
five hundred. 846,500.
It will be 846,500.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
And 282.17.
82.17. Absolutely. Now you add it. So profit, it has been said in the question that profit is basically 10% on cost, right? So 10% of 8 lakh 46,500, which is
Ma'am,
4.
total profit is coming 9,31,150.
So 84650 divided by 3,000, we get 28.22.
Yes, ma'am.
Sales, we add, we get
150.
9,31,150. This is your sales, your final answer. And the total cost, the total selling price per unit will be
310 point.
310.39. Therefore, the product in which you are producing, its selling price in 2022 will be 310.39. You can write it in sentence at the end after creating this format, or you can keep it in this way. So this is
ma'am,
our final answer. Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt in one calculation, ma'am. Selling expenses with the one which is 40%. Ma'am, as it is mentioned like 3000 units are there, for that we are multiplied with 16.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you everybody. We will meet tomorrow in the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Most of you will be online.
And tomorrow we have to come in formals or casual, as it is.
Formal, formals. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Have a
Thank you,
nice day
ma'am.
everybody. Thank you.